Hello and welcome to another Nucida session. This is our new Sales Pro series. If you like, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel and click on the bell to never forget our upcoming sessions. In terms of any questions or hints, please leave a comment. You probably feel very uncomfortable when you have to justify your prices. I'm going to give you two different strategies to use today to make this problem a thing of the past. Have you ever been in a situation where a client who is interested in working with you and who you would also like to work with has asked you this very painful question? Why does it cost so much? Or I can't afford it, and you have a panic attack. You get cold sweats, your heart starts racing because you think, my God, it's been so long since I've heard from our prospect, a real lead, and now he's asking me this very difficult question. I feel compelled to capitulate, compromise, and lower my prices immediately. And I don't know when my brain freezes or maybe a strong negative emotional reaction kicks in. How dare you? Why are you saying this to me? You want to hit back. It's like it's an insult to me as a person, to my education and everything I've ever done. How dare you? It is outrageous for you to even ask this question, and you are giving an unprofessional outburst. Have you ever been in such a situation? Let me tell you a little story. There's a friend of mine. He called me late at night in a similar situation where he was panicking because a potential client he really wanted to work with was very influential, very wealthy. Persons like, I really want this job. And this friend of mine called me and said, they asked me if we can't afford this is too much money, and I really want to work for them. What do you want me to do? And I gave him the following advice. So, take a deep breath first. Every business deal is a negotiation. Keep your feelings out of it. They don't offend you. That's just how two businessmen talk about one thing. It's a price. It's not you. It's a price. It's not your value. It's not your price. It's not the quality of your work. It's none of those things. And you have to stay super objective here. And I've been in situations like this. I advised this friend exactly how I handled this particular thing, which is this. If we know that they want to work with you, and you want to work with them, that's a very good thing. Because if two parties have a mutual interest in working together, anything can happen. And you can negotiate your way through anything. If one party doesn't want to do that, there's really no point. So they want to work together, and they see a mutual benefit. That's the basis for a deal. That's the basic premise of using that phrase. And I'm going to tell it to you so that hopefully you can apply it in your own business. Hey, it sounds like we want to work together, which I'm very happy to do. I can't do that for the price you're asking. How can we get creative and make it so that you get what you need, what you must have, and then we can talk about what you would like to have. So let's start with that. What is it that you absolutely must have? If you're a videographer, it might be that we have to have the shoot. We have to have the edit ready, color graded. Those are the things that you have to have, and it has to be delivered by this date. We understood that. So that's the minimum viable product, MVP, that I want. That doesn't work at all. What are the nice to haves? Well, it has a title design, it has a 3D animated product demo, and it has some extravagant locations. If we say that the base you want can be delivered at that price, I may be able to offer you one of those three. Which of those three are most important and critical to success? And from what we've discussed, I think it's option 2 or option 3, but not option 1. And so you can also walk them through that process and say, depending on what you want, you can spend money on these other things. But I'm not sure you're going to get a good ROI on that. And you walk him through this process where the customer comes forward and says, you know what? We love that you're flexible. We love your transparency, your communication. We think we want all three. We're going to provide more money. How much more is it going to cost? It's a wonderful result, right? You can say, great, fine, we'll do that. Or if they say, what's our budget, which is more likely, Which of the 3 bids would you recommend? And at that point, you can really lean on your expertise and be a consultant or a trusted advisor on the project and say, as much as I want it to look like this, that would eat up a lot of unnecessary money. Let's save a few dollars. But that's where I think you're going to feel it. And if you want to achieve the best results given the goals you are pursuing, and you can do that. Hey, before we go any further, my team just told me that over 60% of you who are watching this channel are new viewers, but you haven't subscribed to it. So I would ask you, if you find this channel useful, to hit the subscribe button. That helps us analyze it. But more importantly, it helps me teach more people and feel like I'm doing the right thing to help you make a living doing what you love. This may be overwhelming for you because you may be new to your business, you may not be used to sales, and most of all, you are very conflict shy. I understand you. I feel for you. Do you have any questions? In terms of any questions or hints, please leave a comment. The Nucida marketing and sales experts would be happy to support you. We will answer you in the comment section of this channel near time. But I want to point out a couple of other things that might help you see this from a different perspective, from a human psychological level. You've heard me talk about this before, so let me talk about it. There is something that I need to make clear to all of you. And I know there's a lot of emotional energy because some of you think that the position that I'm advocating and what I'm advising you to do is very pompous and arrogant and the quickest way to bankruptcy. But I just want to enlighten you on the logic and the way I look at it. What am I actually talking about? Some time ago I said in a workshop that you should never justify your price, because justifications are a sign that you are giving way to your potential customer. And if we apply this to other things, you'll see why it makes sense. Your first reaction will be very emotional. Of course, customers need to know what you charge, why you charge it, and you need to tell a whole story. But if you'll pause that thought for a moment, I want to look at things and introduce you to this concept I've talked about before. It's called symmetry of logic. If it works one way, it should work most other ways. But if it only works in one case and doesn't work in every other case in your life, then it doesn't work. Maybe you need to ask yourself if that's the truth or just something you want to believe is true. Let's talk about the human dynamic. Because sales is a human dynamic, it's about social relationships. It's a construct, right? So when you meet someone of the opposite sex, or someone you're attracted to, you really want to get with them. And you have some self-esteem, you have some self-confidence, you think you have something to offer the world. It's not like you're just okay. So, you're equal in that relationship. You're not a serial dater who's just looking for body count. You're looking for a long-term relationship. You think it's just the one. When you meet them and the first thing they say to you is, "Why should I go out with you?" They are asking you to justify to them why you are worth having this conversation in the first place. Now many of you will say, "Hey, no problem, let me explain. Well, I have a good job and I have good credit, or I have a nice car." What does that say about you and what they're interested in? Are they interested in something other than you or those characteristics for them? Is that the way you want to start a relationship? Okay, maybe you are satisfied with these answers, but let's try it the other way around. You approach someone you really like that you like, and the first thing you say to them is, "Why should I even talk to you? Why would I go out with you? Would you ever do that?" And you'll probably say, "No, that's an insult. Why would I do that? I'm the one who's interested in them." So we want to enter these relationships as equals. We don't want them to give us the runaround on these kinds of issues. And in most industries other than creative, people don't justify their prices. Try asking a car dealer, "Why is that car so expensive?" Try that. Go to any supermarket and ask, "Why does a can of beans cost 78 cents? Why does this can of blood cost 54 cents or $3? why does this green juice cost $9? Go to the car wash and ask, why does it cost $9? Some explain, some don't, but with many, it's uncomfortable to even ask them. So, if you're uncomfortable asking, why do you think it's good for you to answer that kind of question? Your prices are your prices. And through a series of your own calculations in terms of overhead, profit margin, cost of living, everything you need, your experience level, your quality level, you have set. That's your price. All you can do now, and should do, is present it to your potential customers. That is the price, which is not negotiable. And do not offer any discounts. If you don't want to work with me, I completely understand, because for every client, there is a vendor, and I'm probably not the right one for you. And I find that any prospective client who immediately questions the price and asks me to justify it already knows it's going to be a long day. And I've done enough deals where I've said, you know, the last time I had a customer like that, I didn't enjoy the experience. And I want you to think about your life. The last time I dated a person who asked me all these questions to justify myself so I could prove myself to their parents, that relationship didn't go well. And maybe it did work out for you. And if it did, then keep it up. We must understand that if it doesn't apply in most cases in our lives, then why should it apply in this one case? Because you know why. Because we are so used to answering questions, justifying ourselves, pleasing other people. Because we want to please people, because we are conflict averse, and because we believe that every question is a legitimate question. But it isn't. Not all questions are legitimate to answer. Why does it cost so much, or why is the price justified? I don't think that's a legitimate question. I know sometimes when I share short clips with all of you, you start with an answer of, how is it that this person is such an arrogant hole, and that is the best way to lose all your customers? So I wanted to spend this time to give you a little more context and expand the conversation, so you can see that it's from a standpoint of support and love. And to make sure that you don't just jump into a project and lose all semblance of self-respect and control, because your customers will respect you more for it. This concludes our overview about this topic. I hope this video helps you understand more about sales and how people think and feel. If you like, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel and click on the bell to never forget our upcoming sessions. In terms of any questions or hints, please leave a comment. To learn more, please take advantage of our other videos. I wish you fat prey. See you next time. Are you ready to supercharge your business ventures? The Nucida Consulting Group is here to propel you forward in key domains such as marketing, software quality, financial management, and digital transformation. Our dedicated experts stand by your side, whether it's a pressing issue that needs immediate attention or a visionary project waiting to be orchestrated seamlessly. With Nucida, you're not just a client, you're a partner. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss upcoming videos about software quality, test management, and test automation. We bring a wealth of knowledge to the table, ensuring your company not only thrives, but excels in the competitive market landscape. Ready to reach new heights? Visit our Nucida Group homepage nucida.com to learn more about our cutting-edge consulting services.